Previously on In the Paint.
I'm just trying to think of really good centers right now. Oh, you know what? Where does Nene fit? Top 15?
Broken down Nene. Yeah,
I don't like it when people say, "Oh, he's dumb."
he makes a lot of dumb plays.
Okay, but you know what? Dennis Rodman made a lot of dumb plays. And same with Charles Oakley, and same with Charles Barkley, and same with Tom Gugliotta, and same with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal didn't even want to run the triangle. He's like, "I don't give a care, Phil. Let me just give it to me in the post, 28-15. That's all he said.
Wow, I can't
Okay, what do you think Shaq's IQ of the game of basketball?
I don't think it's really high.
Yeah, I don't think so either. No, Shaq would just give you the bow and the big butt just to beat you out. Let's be honest. He even said on TNT, he put the bow in the mouth and then he put his big posterior on somebody and slam it through and give Rick Smith's concussion. Unbelievable.
Live from the national sports radio station on Spreaker.com, you are listening to NBA Insiders Cameron and Jordan on In the Paint. It all starts right now.
He is Jordan Hunter, and I am Cameron Sadeghi, and that was a great promo by Nick Rice. Excellent promo. Jordan, we're talking through digitally this time. You're sitting hundreds of miles away from me this time. How's it been so far? Do you like the promo?
I love the promo. It was nice. I love the studio audience. I think the promo was good.
I do too, and we got a lot of topics to talk about here.
Since you left last week. So first thing we're going to open up is the straight up rude comments made by Jim Buss towards Dwight Howard. He said Dwight Howard was never really a Laker. Cameron, what do you think about that?
Okay, first of all, Jim Buss and all the Lakers, the organization, everybody's acting like, I'm going to use what Reggie Miller said about Cleveland fans and LeBron. They're acting like a bunch of jolted lovers. Just get over it because he's on to a different team. He wanted to stay there long term, but the Lakers organization treated him badly. The offense didn't fit him. Steve Nash can't play defense to save his life. The bench is horrible. You know it and I know it. Dwight Howard, good for you. You went to the right place.
Okay, well, what I think about that is, I think the whole situation about him leaving, he did it right, he did it the right way, but I think you're right about the part, Lakers, just get over it. This can't be your main focus over summer. You gotta look toward bettering your own team and getting ready for the next season. Kobe said he doesn't know if he'll be ready for the season opener, but he did say he's ahead of schedule. I don't know what that means. I don't know if those correlate with each other, because he was supposed to be out for his high was supposed to be 8 months. He got injured in April, 8 months, so Christmas time. If he's ahead of schedule, shouldn't he be back around the season? So I hope he's back. I don't know if he will. Go Lakers. That's all I got to say.
Okay, but I don't like how the whole organization, or, I'm not going to say necessarily the organization, but the fans are saying, oh, Howard's a sellout. Shaq saying he went to a small town. Come on, Shaq. You went to some pretty small towns, too. You went to Phoenix. You went to what Charles Barkley calls the little big town. You've been to places like, let's see, Orlando. That's not a small market. So, Shaq, you shouldn't be saying those things.
Yeah, Shaq, I don't know what his animosity towards Dwight Howard is. He hasn't liked him since he came to LA. I didn't think he liked him before when he was in Orlando. He probably felt Dwight was just trying to do what he did. Start in Orlando, get drafted by the Magic, get traded to the Lakers in a huge trade, but I don't know. I don't know what his hatred towards Dwight is. Maybe we need to sit down with Shaq and ask him the hard-hitting question.
I know, maybe we should. Well, we're trying to get, I told Jordan this a few days ago, we're trying to get Chris Webber on from Jordan's favorite show, Open Court. I know that's your favorite show.
Too many different minds going at it. Too many. I can barely handle inside the NBA.
What?
First of all, those guys are just a bunch of buffoons anyway. Charles, Kenny, and Shaq just a bunch of buffoons. You're supposed to be an NBA, and you're supposed to be an NBA analyst. You gotta go not know knowledge of the game, especially Shaq. The Shaq
Oh my
just come on
God.
the show unprepared, not knowing 5 minutes before the show. Oh, Shaq, we're about to go on. What are we talking about? Oh, I don't know. It's just Shaq. You're great with the Lakers. You almost single-handedly put the team on your back and won 3 championships. Kobe helped, but Shaq was the main guy. Everyone knows that.
All right, so let's move on to Mavericks. The season preview for them. We heard one of the guests come on Robert's show saying, hey, they're going to go to the playoffs. Jordan doesn't think so. Why?
And the way he said it, oh yeah, they're a shoo-in for the playoffs. No, they have a good team. They're going to go with Jose Calderon, Monte Ellis, probably Sean Marion or Vince Carter at the 3, Dirk, and then Samuel Zalander. That's a good starting 5. That's a good starting 5. And then they have a bench. They have Devin Harris, Vince Carter, Brandon Wright, Dewan Blair. So their bench isn't. Oh, and they have Shane Larkin or Gal McHale, who they got from Israel. So they have a good team. I'd say they might finish 10th again like they did this season. They're going to try to make a run, but the West is so stacked. The West is so top-heavy with San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Clippers, and probably Houston. Those are your top 4. Maybe Warriors trying to make a push for that. But that 5, to me, that 5 through 8 is all open between the Timberwolves, maybe Warriors. Yeah, Warriors definitely. Pelicans, Lakers, Mavs.
Lakers,
man.
What are you talking about? They're gonna go 12th seed.
Oh, gosh, no, please. No, I think we're always going to be competitive. Kobe's the most competitive, probably one of the most, if not the most competitive athlete in NBA history.
Okay, look, I think Dallas.
Competitive athlete in all sports history.
I think that Dallas is gonna. They're gonna struggle. I don't think they're making the playoffs. Again, that's a lot of responsibility on Monte Ellis to try to carry the load 82 games. And
they have Dirk. They have Dirk.
But how could this is Dirk's last year? You know it.
MVP, which I also believe Dirk did rob Kobe of an MVP. Should have gone to Kobe for a second one. But I think when Dirk is a double team magnet, whenever Dirk gets the ball and he's feeling it, they double team him. That leaves Monte open to do whatever he does.
Well, not anymore. Dirk's gone to the stage where he's breaking down.
No.
Yes, he has. This is his last year. Would you agree?
Dirk is still productive.
Last year he really struggled, though.
No. During the second half of the season, Dirk's numbers were Dirk Nowitzki averaged 17.3 points on 6.8 rebounds.
Yeah, but he put up a lot of shots because
he had to. He was on one of the most.
I know, but that's not. But last year you could tell he was breaking down, and Monte's gonna probably break down too. If Monte and Dirk, I don't think Monte and Dirk are gonna stay healthy.
Monte's only 28. That's old. He doesn't seem like he should be that old, but he's got a lot of miles on him with Golden State and Milwaukee for 103 games. So I just think Dirk, he's solid. He's gonna get you 18 to 20 a night. Monte's going to get you 20 a night. Calderon's going to get you 12. Devin Harris off the bench is going to get you 12 to 15.
No, Devin Harris? You think he's got
Devin Harris.
He was a good player 4 years ago.
He could still produce. Okay, maybe 10 points. Samuel Dallenberg, good defense. What about Vince Carter? Vince Carter.
Broken down VC. I don't know. You really think this team's got a chance to get the 10th seed, maybe?
Well, 10th seed, 11th seed, 9th seed, not playoffs, but I think they're a good team. They could challenge.
Personally, they should tank for Wiggins.
Okay, tanking doesn't necessarily guarantee you that number 1 pick, though.
True, but it gives you a better chance. They need some good draft picks.
I don't know. I definitely wouldn't tank. They have talent. They have way more talent than last season.
That's true. That's true.
So I definitely wouldn't tank. But I think they're good.
If you want to call in, 949-456-2911, 949-456-2911, or you can comment on the green bubble, or you can tweet me at SM_Cameron if you want to share something here on today's show. Look, to me, I totally agree. This team, you have a lot of faith in Dirk. I have a lot of faith in Rick Carlisle, but I don't have a lot of faith in Dirk right now.
Dirk is my favorite European player.
Really?
Yes.
I think Marc Gasol is for me.
Mark's cool, but nah. I just think Dirk, he's good. He's broken down, but he can still put up numbers.
That's true, but guys are going to go after him defensively. His body's going to break down. It really will. You won't believe it. I think Monte...
They got the defensive stopper, Samuel Dalembert, in the middle.
He's faced a lot of injuries, too.
You're just not a fan of Dallas, are you?
No, I like Dallas, but not this year. I think the Timberwolves are going to make the playoffs. Personally.
Yeah, Nikola Pekovic to that 5-year, $60 million deal.
Yeah.
I think it's just right for him. Maybe a little high.
No, I think that's perfect for him.
Maybe I would have said maybe like a 4-year, $48 million, because $60 million, you're actually the same amount, same value. But I think they have a great starting 5: Rubio, Kevin Martin, Chase Budinger, Kevin Love.
I think that Pekovic is really. I think he deserves that money.
Yeah,
he's a lunch pail big man. He's a lunch pail big man, which means he may not be the biggest jumper, the biggest leaper, but he grabs every single rebound below the rim, and that's special. The guy can go for 20-20. He can do 20-20.
And don't forget about Kevin Love. Kevin Love is a walking double-double.
Yeah.
He's proven it. 2 seasons ago, walking double-double. And then Rubio's flash. I don't know if he could be he's not a franchise player,
but
the way Flip Saunders is saying he is.
I love Flip Saunders, but let me just tell you this. Flip Saunders is one of my favorite coaches. I think... What?
Flip Saunders?
You don't like Flip Saunders.
No.
Why? He resurrected Chauncey Billups' career. If Chauncey Billups said, if I didn't have Flip Saunders as my coach, I would never be this good as a basketball player. That's special. Everybody credits Chauncey Billups. Oh, look at Chauncey. Oh, look at Chauncey. But they never credit Flip Saunders. Come on. You gotta credit Flip.
I think
he's gonna change Ricky Rubio. He's going to force Ricky Rubio to become a defensive point guard, and Ricky Rubio will develop a jump shot. Those are the 2 things that Ricky needs.
No, Ricky Rubio does not. Okay, here's what I think. The Mavericks and the Timberwolves are kind of in the same boat. No, hear me out.
Okay.
They both have point guards who aren't necessarily the best scorers. Ricky Rubio... You don't need a score when you have a starting lineup of Kevin Martin and Kevin Love and Pekovic all running the ball in the post or outside. Kevin Martin's going to need to score. They said Kevin Martin's going to need to be averaging 22 a game.
But Kevin Martin, though, is a great... What I like about Kevin Martin is that he scores easily. He doesn't have to... So he could just come off screens and things like that. If the Timberwolves don't make the playoffs this year, they've got Alexei Shved, too, is a really good bench player. I think if...
He's okay.
Yeah, no, he's good. They need Alexei Shved.
Would you put him on the depth chart ahead of Shabazz Muhammad?
What do you mean, as boss?
No, because here's how they go. They have Berea off the bench, Shved, Shabazz, Gorky Zhang.
You don't think that bench is good? I think that bench is really good.
It head case sometimes. JJ Barea is one of the most underrated points off the bench. He's really good. So I think they'll definitely have some success. Maybe playoffs. I'm not sure though.
If they don't make the playoffs, I'll be sad for them because they've wanted to make the playoffs for so long. Last year, they had so many freak injuries. That was the crazy. The Timberwolves had like 14 injuries. Didn't they? You saw that. You knew they were going to make the playoffs if they didn't get injured that bad.
Yeah, they still had a good team. Okay, so you want to break down the top 10 free agents of next summer?
Yeah.
Other than obviously LeBron, LeBron, Wade, Bosh. But besides them, because no one cares about them, they're talked about way too much.
Okay, we'll not talk about those guys. We'll talk about Jonathan Hartzell of NBA.com. Jordan's favorite guy, Sekou Smith, with the Hang Time blog. Sekou, we gotta get him on the show once. Okay, so here Jonathan says Bogut at 10 with the Warriors. I think he's a really big part into that Warriors offense and defense.
He is.
They need to lock up Bogut.
Yeah, they do, because he's gonna with Festus Ezeli. Actually, no, they still have big men. They don't even play big men. They got Jermaine O'Neal and.
You think Jermaine O'Neal's gonna be the consistent in the playoffs?
No.
Exactly. They need Bogut.
Yeah, you're right. They do need Bogut. Bogut is definitely the defense. Bogut's probably one of the only guys who actually plays defense on their team.
Yeah, they need some.
Besides Klay Thompson and Andre Iguodala.
Yeah.
We know if Curry does not play defense.
Yeah, Curry doesn't play defense at all. Okay, this is one of my favorite players. You like him too, but not as much as me. Luol Deng of the Chicago Bulls. Why don't you like Luol Deng? Come on. If the Bulls don't lock him up, they're not going to win a championship in the future.
I think he's overrated.
What? You think he's overrated? He scores 18 points a night and has to guard the best guy on the other team.
I still don't like him. I'm not a big fan of him.
Okay. To me, you know who Luol Deng kind of reminds me? Don't get angry. Who do you think I'm going to say?
Scottie Pippen?
Yes. I'm going to say Scottie Pippen because he has that body of Pippen and that style of Pippen, the style of play. I think he's exactly like Scottie Pippen. Not production, but the style of play. You got to agree on that.
Yeah, I'll agree on that, but in my opinion, I think someone else might pick him up, in my opinion.
But do you think that would set the Bulls back?
Yes, obviously. Who are they going to get? LeBron's not going to Chicago.
That's true.
So I think it would set him back, yeah, but he could stay. I could be wrong, he could stay.
What about Utah Jazz? Derek Favors.
Derek Favors, I don't think he'd go, because, listen, the only reason the Jazz let go of Al Jefferson and Paul Millsap was to get Derek Favors and Enes Kanter a shot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why they would let him go. I don't think they will. So, I think he's definitely a stay.
Yeah, I think they're going to need him in the future. But if Enes Kanter, I like Kanter and Favors. If they become huge flops, though, and they don't produce, then they're going to get booted out immediately.
Then Jazz might be bad for a while.
Yeah. The Jazz, you're right. The Jazz may have a huge downfall. What about your favorite, the Lakers, Pau Gasol?
Pau Gasol, he's definitely staying. Kobe's not letting him go.
You know what? I think they should give him up.
What?
No. I'll tell you why. Because I feel like he's broken down too, just like Dirk, in a way. I don't think he can stay long term. He can't stay long term. They gotta ship him out. I know I like Pau a lot as a person and as a player, but I just don't think he fits for them right now.
What?
Yeah, right now, I just don't think he fits.
What do you mean? Where does he fit then?
He fits in another place, maybe, a Chicago. Chicago would be a good fit. They need some of his offense.
I think he needs to stay, though. He's productive. If we can get him in the post, because what Mike D'Antoni said is Jordan Hill. Jordan Hill was out a lot last season with a hip injury. He's coming back. He's worked on his jump shot.
I don't believe in Jordan Hill. I'm sorry. I don't think he can give you 15. I don't think he can replace Pau Gasol numbers. You think he can have that command with his passing and dribbling and shooting the way Gasol did? That's a little borderline right there.
Well, you don't need him to. You don't really. I think you just have him there because he can shoot, but he has to be accurate. We can't. Gasol's obviously not going to be open, so he has to be able to hit that jump shot.
All right. I mean, with Gasol, I'm like in between. I can't really. I want to say maybe he should, but I'm not sure. Greg Monroe of the Detroit Pistons. Detroit looks really good on paper right now. I personally think they should keep him.
I don't know. I think honestly he's good. He's good. He's one of probably the better young power forwards in the league, but I think eventually Mo Cheeks is gonna have to move Josh Smith to the power forward, and I think Greg Monroe's got to start packing his bags. Josh Smith cannot play small forward.
That's true. That's true. But do you think that Monroe, would you trade him or would you just completely release him?
I wouldn't trade him.
I would trade him.
I wouldn't release him. He's too valuable to release. I just let him walk next season.
No. I don't think you should let him walk. I think what you should do, you should say, okay, every single team in the league, we're going to offer you Greg Monroe. Give us what you think would be a good fit. And who knows, maybe they can get some really good bench players. Or maybe they could get a star point guard.
They already have Brandon Jennings.
But they could get another backup. Maybe they could get Barea from Dallas. They can get Barea from Dallas.
Oh, okay. They have point guards. They got Will Bynum too. Will Bynum's good.
But would you rather want Barea or Will Bynum? I like Will Bynum a lot, but I think Will Bynum can be suspect from the perimeter.
True. He all he really has is that inside game, and he's only 5'10", 5'11". So I don't know. I don't know if trading him, if you'll get anything to trade him for.
What about draft picks?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Why not draft picks and money? Because you could ship him out to Charlotte or Sacramento. They'll load up on first-round picks and money.
He's definitely worth a first-round pick, a lottery first-round pick. He's definitely worth a 1 or a 2.
Do you think Sacramento or Charlotte would give it a try?
I'd say trade him
to Philly. Philly would take him any day. Philly?
Who would?
Philly.
Who would you trade him for?
No. You tell Philly we want 2 first-round picks. We want the lottery for the upcoming year, and then we want another one for the year after that, and give us $500,000.
What?
Yes.
No. But how good the draft is going to be? Philly's not going to give up 2 first-round picks. They're giving up 1 because they figure how good this draft is going to be.
Okay, then give up the first. No, give up the first pick. No, let Monroe go to Philly, get money, get the pick, and let's say in the lottery, let's say Philly draws up at 3. Then, you know what Detroit can do? Detroit can then trade up for the number 1 to get Wiggins. You don't think that would they would be set for a whole 10 years?
I think Wiggins is going to be a bust, in my opinion, but
really? I think that guy can fill it up from the perimeter.
I'm not as high on him as most people because he hasn't played a college game of basketball. I'm never high on guys who are supposed to be so good in high school.
Like Kwame? Oh my god. No, don't say Sam Bowie. Don't say Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie, again. Life failure.
Oh my god. No, he is not. Let's move on to another free. Oh, we already talked about. Oh, no, we haven't talked about this guy. Larry Sanders. He did get the contract extension. You think that's a good fit for Larry Sanders?
Yeah, he's good. He's one of the better defensive centers in the league, and I think it was a really good move for them. They're still gonna not be good this year, but it's why wouldn't you tie down athletic 6'10" long big man who can block shots?
Yeah, I agree too. He does though have a kind of a little bit of a temper sometimes, especially in the playoffs when they would be up by 10 in the third quarter and the lead would just dwindle down and then they'd start having the 20-point deficit. You could totally tell. I mean, he was really upset. I mean, anybody would be, but he didn't have the composure. Look, I think he's going to gain that over time, but they need his defense. They need his shooting. And I think he's a good fit. Milwaukee's really going to struggle. No Monte, no Jennings. That's going to really be a struggle for them. So, look out, Milwaukee fans. Sorry. You know, those season tickets that you show on NBA League Pass, you know, with the popcorn and soda, you add it on. I mean, that's not really going to buy fans into coming. I don't want to get extra large tub of popcorn and 50-ounce Coke out of a dirty machine at Bradley Center. That's not going to really...
Watch the team lose by 30.
You know what? I think the Bucks should come move to Anaheim.
Why?
Because I want to go see another team. I want to go to the Honda Center. Okay, I don't want to go to Staples Center all the time. I don't want to go to Staples Center to see Clippers. I want to see the Bucks at the Honda Center. Maybe I'm going to be the only one in there, but it's good tickets.
No, the Bucks have a great market.
That's true. A lot of people did show up in the playoffs, though. Okay.
Even though they didn't get swept, most of the fans for their home games are probably there to see LeBron anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. This guy you like a lot. He's actually on the team that you're very close to. Sacramento, DeMarcus Cousins. Do you think he should stay, or should Sacramento send him to a veteran team?
Classic DeMarcus. Do you risk him? He definitely has temper issues way worse than Larry Sanders.
Yeah.
But he's a hit and miss. He's a hit or miss. I wouldn't say you just pass up on him. You definitely sign him if you could, but here's a question. Do you give him a max deal? Or do you give him are you going to give him that 4-year, $58 million deal, or are you going to give him just a 3-year, $30 million deal? That's a question that the GM and the front office is going to have to answer.
Yeah, I would have to agree there. I think they should keep him because if they want to win a championship, he's going to be probably the most attractive. That'd be the most attractive move to get, to tell people, to convince them, hey, come here because we got DeMarcus. I just think that DeMarcus needs to be with Chris Webber, some guy like that. Shaq said he was going to come, but he didn't do anything. Shaq, I love Shaq. He's one of my favorite players of all time. But he's disappointed me at the end of his career, shooting the Chinese beer commercials. And that's not good enough for me. So, you know what? Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment. By the way, Twitter, follow us at National Sports 1, all caps. Facebook, National Sports, all one word. Instagram, National_Sports. Let's take a quick little commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
Your presentation of National Sports is brought to you by Spreaker.com. Broadcast and listen to news, radio, and music with one low monthly rate. Your show will be right back after this word from your local stations.
Breaking news, Sekou Smith is being emailed by Jordan. What's that all about?
Trying to get him on the show. He's a great blogger on Hang Time Blogs. He's the head of it. So see if we can get him talk about his predictions and anything else he'd like to say about the NBA in the upcoming season.
Would you rather want Beto or Sekou?
I definitely want Sekou. Beto's a little obnoxious at times and full of himself.
Hey, Beto was on here. Don't be disrespectful now. Okay, so let's move on to another free agent. Dirk Nowitzki.
Mark Cuban's gonna pay him the big bucks for. No, he's gonna. Well, Dirk has said he'll take less money to get to sign a big name.
Yeah, I think they should. I think he should stay, and I think he will stay.
Gonna take less money.
He will. I think he will stay. But do you think Dallas should try to recruit LeBron? You'd have Monte, LeBron, Dirk.
They're not gonna get LeBron. LeBron's going back to Cleveland, or he's staying in Miami.
What about Golden State?
He's not going there. They already have Andre Iguodala and Klay Thompson and Harrison Barnes. They're all, other than Iguodala, those guys are young.
I'd put LeBron either on Denver or Cleveland.
Oh, first of all, what? Denver? Why would he go?
No. You gotta listen to this. Denver, they got Brian. Your look was hilarious. Okay, they got Brian Shaw as their head coach. Correct. They got Danilo Gallinari. They've got Lawson. They've got McGee. They've got so much talent there. You plug in LeBron, he's going to elevate their game to a higher level, and he's going to have great role players. Why wouldn't he go over there to Denver?
We'll see. I'm sure at least 5 or 6 teams are going to try to get him. So, it's always fun to watch who and what tactics these teams use to try to get a superstar player like LeBron or anyone else.
Okay, so your guy, Kobe, Bean, Bryant, Lakers. Some have said that, the guy who wrote this article on Hang Time says that Kobe, imagine if Kobe was put on another jersey, maybe the Bulls or the Jazz or the Bobcats. You think he'd fit well in the Bobcats?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That'd be pretty entertaining. You could try to go for 100 every night.
Kobe we all know Kobe was on the East Coast. He'd dominate, but he's definitely saying in LA. I don't know why he would go anywhere else.
Wait, we got a caller. Robert. Hey, Robert. Hello?
Yes. Hi, Darren. It's Robert, and I just wanted to be on the show and we're talking about LeBron. I think LeBron should go to the Charlotte Hornets. I think he would fit there very well. The team that's horrible, but maybe he can elevate them and move them to the playoffs.
Jordan, do you want to respond?
Did he say Charlotte?
Hornets, Charlotte Hornets.
The Charlotte Hornets. No. Wait, was he referring to the Charlotte Hornets or the New Orleans Hornets?
Charlotte.
Oh, ew. I don't think that's a fit for him.
Look, I think LeBron should go to a contender, and I think that's where he's going to go. Robert, we have to go. Sorry, we got some more topics to go. Thanks for coming on.
Wait, I have one more thing. Michael Jordan should return, and him and LeBron will dominate for the Charlotte Hornets.
I don't know about that. We'll see you later, Robert. Okay, so that was Robert from National Sports. Michael and LeBron back in Charlotte? No way. No way that would happen. Michael wouldn't even play defense. You think? I don't think Michael could play 10 minutes a game in an 82-game season.
Yeah, he could.
Can he play 35 minutes?
No, definitely not. I think 10 would be the limit.
All right. Are you moving your camera like all over the place, or what are you?
Yeah, I'm trying out this new case.
All right. Yeah, I think we were talking about Kobe though. Let's get back to the main topic. Kobe will probably finish his career as a Laker, and lastly, restricted. Paul George.
Paul George, up-and-coming shooting guard for the Pacers. I think he's gonna stay. He said his heart's in Indiana, and I don't know why he would leave. It's a great destination, small market, but it's nice.
Yeah, I think he could have a chance to win a championship in Indiana if he stays, and guess what? I think he will stay. He will stay. Some quick mentions, real quick. Pierce, Gortat, Vasquez, Granger, Ed Davis, Cephalosha, Lowry, Hayward, Ray Allen, Vince Carter, Ben Gordon, Kirk Heinrich, Ramon Sessions.
Ow.
You think?
Well, those guys are all guys who they're not going to be big names, but they could still definitely make an impact on their respective team. So, Cameron, anything else before you want to talk about pickup basketball?
Well, we'll take one break real quick, and then we'll be back on.
You can contact National Sports in a number of ways through Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter with the label National Sports. We love to have you guys a part of our show and can easily join us also through text or call. You're listening to the National Sports radio station on Spreaker.com.
Back here on National Sports, Spreaker.com, in the paint with Cameron and Jordan. Guess what, Jordan? You've probably seen it a lot of times. And there are a lot of pickup basketball guys.
There are.
And there has been a lot going on. A lot of people know that pickup basketball is a pretty big thing. You saw some pickup basketball guys. What do you think?
This is a very awkward, this is a very weird topic, but, pickup basketball is definitely something that I've taken part in, and it's just, nothing's wrong with it, but it does create bad habits. Yes, it does.
Yeah, well, I got some funny little story. I've talked about this on my show about LA Fitness pickup basketball guys. Okay, I don't have a membership at LA Fitness, but one of my friends, he has a membership, so I went. And my God, people think they're NBA players. I mean, you got this guy wearing this USC shirt, 38-year-old dude, trying to float in between the three-point lines, asking for a pick every single time, hauling up 25-footers, and then complaining when you don't pass him the ball. And then he doesn't play any defense at all, but blames it all on you. He's what I like to call the black hole. And then you got Mr. Fundamental guy who thinks he's George Mikan, the 55-year-old guy who thinks that playing fundamentally sound is amazing, and I agree with that, but he's overdone. He manufactures his passes. His shooting is kind of horrible, but he's a ringer. He gets to the rim, tons of rebounds, makes tons of plays. Have you seen that guy? Have you seen the ringer? The guy who makes those, tries to be the Mr. Fundamental, George Mikan type guy?
Yeah, there are those all around the world. And I think it's just, those guys all around the world, they think they're all Mr. Fundamental. and then they want the ball to show you their fundamentals, and then nothing happens. So there's all different types. There's the ball hog. There's the bruiser, the guy who's just gonna do the bow in the butt.
Okay, no, okay. I think the funniest guy of all is the guy who does well. Okay, he's the ball hog, kinda. No, I like angry young guy. I like the guy who's like 22. Maybe he's on biogenesis. I don't know, but he's roided up. But hey, he's doing in between the leg crossovers, and he's hitting those threes, and he's doing the turtleneck shooting form. But let me tell you what, when he gets to the rack hard, he's calling for a foul, and he's complaining to everybody about the call, and he's acting like he just got shot out of a cannon. So, yeah, I like angry young guy, roided up and all, but he gets buckets, doesn't play defense, yells at everybody, wants to put a bow in a mouth and maybe a fist right in between your eyes. So, I love those guys. I love those guys.
I like the guys. I always like those guys who. My favorite guys are the guys who are actually really good. The ones who are actually good and actually know what they're doing, and not just guys who demand the ball and miss every shot.
Yep, that's the end of In the Paint with Cameron Jordan. He's Jordan Hunter from hundreds of miles away digitally, and I'm Cameron Sadeghi. We're gonna have a website on Monday here on Spreaker, so be tuned to check that out. Thanks, Jordan. We didn't even mention Tom Gugliotta, and I won't mention it anymore, but thanks. We'll try to get Saku next time.
We're going to be expecting an email from Saku. I don't know if he's super busy. I know he does make appearances on NBA TV, but we'll see. And you said you got Chris Webber on the panel coming up?
Maybe in October. We'll see about that. Thanks for listening. In the Paint with Cameron and Jordan. We'll see you next time.
See ya.